Hey, this is Jasper from Tearaway TV, and I'm reviewing the movie Howl's Moving Castle by Studio Ghibli. It was directed by Hayao Miyazaki, based off the book written by Diana Wynne Jones. And yeah, I really found that this movie it had a real magical feeling to it. I don't know if you've watched many of his movies before. This is my first time coming into it, watching a Studio Ghibli film, and I've watched a lot of anime and manga in my time, so this was quite a lot more similar to what I'm usually watching. Not as much action as I'm used to, but I really found that the animation style fit with the music that they incorporated in this. It's got that real Disney 90s feel to it, because I'm pretty sure that when Madman brought it over here to New Zealand, Pixar had given the dubbed version, they had distributed it through Disney, Walt Disney Pictures in the States, and I think this movie picked up one of the most highest grossing films in Japan, which is pretty good for an animated one. It was done in 2004, so 10 years later I'm only watching this, but I've got to say, the story, it had me a bit mumbled a few times because I couldn't quite figure out what was going on, but I found that also added a sense of magic to it, as I could interpret the film how I see things through my perception. I didn't quite grab as much of it as I could in terms of what was happening at times, because it really came out with all these dramatic and comedic times with the Howl. He's quite this unstable character with going between a real weird balance of light and darkness, and I found that it was a bit too much comedic and then a bit too much dramatized at times. You didn't get quite the one set motion of the film. You're often on this roller coaster of, oh, this is happening now, oh wait, this is happening, we're in trouble, no, we're safe. Yeah, but it definitely did have a lot of great magical assets to it. What with inside Howl's castle, Howl's Moving Castle, there was this really cool door, and it had these 4 dials on it, and each dial takes you to a different place. So at one point Howl was going to a battlefield. There's a big war raging in this. At one point it would take you to one of his childhood houses that he would always go to as a young boy. One would take them to the castle, one would take them to the city town, and yeah, I think that was one of my favorite parts of his castle, was the door. But I've got to say my favorite character was probably Calcifer. He's the flame. He's the whole reason that Howl's Moving Castle moves. If Calcifer goes out, the castle's no more. The castle doesn't move. And towards the end, you see this really cool transition between Calcifer, the flame, as he's slowly kind of dying out and losing strength. So is Howl's castle, and it keeps going down and downgrading and smaller until it's eventually, well, I don't know if spoilers, but it's on this plank of wood just with 2 legs, and that's considered Howl's Moving Castle by the end of the film. And another magical character that's introduced is this guy called Turnip Head. He's quite funny. He's got a thing for the main character, I think, and he's got this curse on him. Howl knows what the curse is. He knows how to remove it. He doesn't tell anyone because it's got to happen kind of by chance. But yeah, you'll see Turnip Head if you watch this movie. What I did like about this movie is the fact that it's got quite a unique animation style. I read somewhere that the guy who directed 2 of the Digimon movies, he did some of the work on this one, but I think he pulled out, so Hayao Miyazaki had to take over the director's role. I'm pretty sure that's how it is. Anyway, yeah, I really enjoyed the animation style. It was quite unique and quite a good balance between really quick 90s drawn animation as opposed to the stuff that you see these days, which is really fine lined and edges. This one kind of had a loose flow with the character movements, almost like warped a little bit. But what I didn't enjoy was the fact that there wasn't as much action as I like. I like huge explosions. I mean, there were a lot of bombs in this with the war, but I like a lot more action and more of a stronger characters physically. A lot of these ones, they relied on Howl. They relied on Sophie, who's an old lady in this. She's transformed into an old lady, and I've got to say, probably one of the most positive transformations I've seen in a character, for an unexpected transformation. You see in a lot of movies, people get transformed into things that give them quite a negative impact, and they're always trying to get out of it. Throughout this film, her purpose is to try and break the curse. That's her main purpose. But throughout it, she falls in love with Howl, and the curse of her getting turned into an old lady kind of comes in and out as Howl's mood goes up and down, because he's kind of coming in and out of the state of like human form and somewhat of a demon with no heart. And I got really confused as to whether the curse had been really lifted off Sophie, or it was just her state of mind that was making her feel young in the presence of Howl. So that was quite challenging for me to interpret while watching this film. But yeah, I've definitely got to watch a few more Studio Ghibli films before I can, I think, truly appreciate the animation style that was really portrayed throughout this one. I think I'm going to do Spirited Away next. That's my next one to kind of give a good look to. But yeah, if you're looking, I'd say for anyone who's looking to get into anime and kind of start watching some of the real classics, it'd probably be a good choice to start with some of the Studio Ghibli films. Howl's Moving Castle would be one of them. Within 5 seconds of watching it, I was really like captivated by the eye-catching visuals of the moving castle. Within the first 5 seconds you see it, and it's this great 3D, it's probably one of the only 3D shots I think of the film. It's like 3D incorporated into a 2D background, and I was just set from there. Like, I'm very interested, but later on it was mainly 2D, yeah, 2D images. So yeah, if you're looking to really get into anime, I'd say this would probably be a good set of films to start watching. Probably do the first 3, I think, Howl's Moving Castle, Spirited Away, and I'm not sure what the other one was, I can't remember. But yeah, anyway, I'm Jasper, it's been Tearaway TV, and big shout out to Madman for hooking us up with some DVDs to give away. Those will be coming out later on this week. Yeah, catch you later.